evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. We start tonight with funeral services for widely respected Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley. Many came out to celebrate the life of the longtime public servant. Our David Ledford brings you their stories.
The impact he had was just phenomenal on everyone he touched. Nobody forgot him.
An outpouring of community members, friends, and family gathered at the Anna Shrine Center to honor and pay respects to Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley. Leading up to the ceremony, many of those whose lives Greeley touched gathered on the procession route as both officers and civilians stood in solidarity to pay their respects on the streets of Bangor and Brewer. To many, Greeley stood as the highest pinnacle of public service. To his wife Donna, he was a loving family man.
Allie and Sammy adored their Chrissy. This Bachelor of the Month, no longer, brought the girls to practice, made sure they did their homework, always made sure they were laughing and having a good time. He picked the responsibility of being a dad long before we married.
During his time with the Holden Police Department, Greeley pioneered the annual 25 Days of Kindness initiative, which raised more than $25,000 last year alone. The event provided those in need with everything from toys and food to financial support and heating assistance.
Small town Holden, we're a community of 3,200 people. But Chris helped put us on the map in a bigger way than ever before. And we'll always be thankful for that because the caliber of residents we have, they know that.
In addition to Holden, Greeley served with several Penobscot County departments throughout his career, including Vesey, Brewer, and the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office. Greeley's public service is highlighted as going above and beyond the call of duty, but the scope of the man's efforts extended even further than his community. He also worked as a Republican legislator in the House of Representatives from 2002 to 2010, where he served on the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee. However, for some of his closest friends, the sound of Greeley's infectious laughter and quick-witted humor were some of his most valuable contributions.
Everything he did, he tried to bring some bit of humor to make people smile, to break the ice, especially even with serious topics. Chris, you never left Chris upset or not in a good place. Every time you left, no matter what the topic was about, you always left a little bit better.
Greeley's legacy is one of kindness and compassion, but his many professional and personal ventures throughout his life also reflect his outgoing and likable demeanor. Greeley traveled the country as a motivational speaker for SkillPath seminars. He worked as a weatherman for News Center. He filled in on radio talk shows and carried with him a passion for music, operating a DJ business with his brother-in-law, Keith Tasker, and playing in several bands throughout his life. Tasker shared some of his favorite memories of his time with Greeley during the emotional ceremony.
I'm truly blessed that Chris and I spent so much musical time together, whether jamming at a family party, working together in bands. It was always fun, always magical, always had laughter, and it was always a gift.
Some of those who knew him best say that his willingness to offer his time and attention to those in need was his most notable quality.
I spent almost 8 years of my life, thousands and thousands of hours by his side. He was like a mentor, like a friend, a leader, and like a father. So he was always there for me and for everybody that needs him.
Greeley's friends and family say he will be remembered as someone who gave to those in need and led by example, and that his life serves as a reminder of the simple power of kindness.
Chief Christian Greeley, Holden 500. We have to watch from here. I'll set us clear.
And again, that was our David Ledford reporting. Prior to Chief Greeley's service, Governor Janet Mills issued a directive to help show appreciation for Chief Greeley's contributions to the people of Maine. Mills directed that all United States and Maine state flags throughout both Penobscot and Hancock County be flown at half-staff until sunset tonight to honor the late chief, who was also, as you heard, a former state representative. This was in addition to the order Mills sent out yesterday calling for all Holden and state capital flags to be flown at half-staff also until sunset today. Flags were also flown in other parts of Maine out of respect for Chief Greeley's life and legacy. In other news tonight, longtime city councilor and Bangor businessman Marshall Frankel has died. Frankel first served on the city council in 1983. After serving 2 terms, he took a break, only to return to the council in 1990. He then served until 1996, leaving midway during his 3-year term. Frankel was also a well-known businessman in the Bangor area. He owned GM Pollock & Sons Jewelers for many years and then opened up a Mr. Bagel shop out by the Bangor Mall. From 1993 to when he retired in the early 2000s, you could frequently find him at the bagel shop, filling orders and speaking with patrons. Marshall Frankel died on March 14th. He was 83 years old. Well, switching gears now, today people celebrated Irish heritage with good food, drinks, and donning assortments of the color green. Of course, our A.J. Douglas talked to patrons at Gagan's Pub in Bangor, celebrating St. Patrick's Day with friends and family.
Here in Bangor, residents did not hesitate to stop in to one of the community's favorite pubs to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But beyond the overflowing orders for shepherd's pie, we asked a few patrons, young and old, what exactly the cherished holiday means to them.
St. Patrick's Day is all about fun, friends, and tradition.
It's a time to go out and celebrate with friends and family. Dancing and my family drinks.
It's a community thing, obviously. There's a big community here, a big Irish community, and people that want to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day. It's a family day for me. It's a rite of spring type of thing.
Owner Peter Gagan says his parents opened Gagan's Pub and Craft Brewery back in 1975. And the pub has been celebrating St. Patrick's Day ever since. Gagan says knowing his family's business is a local hub in the community for traditional Irish favorites makes him feel lucky to have such a long-standing level of support.
I'm very fortunate. This is a great community. They support us. Whether it's St. Patrick's Day or not, they support us. This is kind of the peak of that support.
Patrons say it's a St. Patrick's Day tradition.
We came to Gagan's because we hear it's the best around.
Beer.
Yeah, I haven't really done celebrating St. Patrick's Day until I started working at Gagan's. So they've kind of made me appreciate St. Patrick's Day and everything around it more.
The pub has more musicians scheduled to perform later Friday night. Folks are invited to order traditional favors like corned beef and cabbage or fish and chips. There's nothing more to say besides
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Well, on Thursday, the Maine State Legislature Health Coverage, Insurance, and Financial Services Committee voted unanimously in favor of a bill introduced by Democratic Senator Chip Curry of Belfast and inspired by students at the Belfast Community Outreach Program in Education. The bill, LD 752, also known as an Act to Expand Access to Banking Services for Minors, aims to ensure banking access to minors who do not have a trusted adult by making deposit accounts a minor opens with a bank or credit union and enforceable contract. Now, this provision removes liability issues for financial institutions and would allow them to set their own standards for opening accounts for minors. Senator Curry said in a statement, quote, "I am grateful for the committee's unanimous support for LD 752, recognizing the importance of providing safe and secure banking services to minors without a trusted adult in their lives. This milestone marks an important step towards empowering young adults in our state, promoting financial literacy and independence. I want to thank the bright young adults at B Cope for bringing this issue to our attention and for the diligent research they put in to make this a reality," end quote. The bill now faces votes in the Maine Senate and House. Well, a new and affordable housing complex opened up this weekend to our south in Old Orchard Beach. Asia Reed spoke with a developer on the need for affordable housing and a local shop owner on how this could potentially bring in more business for them in the off-season.
The Milliken Heights stores opened Wednesday for older Mainers looking for affordable housing. Developers say the complex in Old Orchard Beach has 55 units for year-round housing for Mainers 55 years or older. A 6-minute walk down the road is Good Time Cafe and Catering. Owner Mike Hausenstaub says there aren't many affordable year-round apartments in town.
Been a shortage in this town for a while, so it's a good thing to have.
Hausenstaub says winter is slower for business, so having people live in town during all seasons could also help his business.
Summer is definitely busy here, so it's definitely going to add to it.
He says the more people, the better. Vice President of Zayton Company, the housing developer for the complex, Amy Cullen, agrees. Cullen says the complex will hopefully keep older Mainers in Old Orchard.
As a town really saw the need for more year-round housing and more affordable housing.
Cullen says rent ranges from around $1,100 to around $1,400 a month. Cullen says the apartments are for people earning below 60% of the area's median income, which as of 2017 to 2021 was around $55,000, according to Census.gov.
I think it's excellent. I mean, because people are really struggling with rent.
The complex has a common area, workout room, and laundry room. Cullen says 8 people have moved in so far, and as of Friday, there are 13 units left.
Cullen says this is one of 5 housing projects, the others in Bath, Portland, Cumberland, and Lewiston.
And that was Asia Reed reporting. Well, a rabid animal attacked a Saginaw County woman inside her home. Authorities say the woman, who wanted to remain anonymous, was inside her home when a raccoon got in through a sunroom door and attacked. The raccoon bit her on the leg as she tried to fight it off and keep it away from her pets. A game warden killed the animal, which later tested positive for rabies. The woman is undergoing treatment with rabies shots. Animal Control Officer Cliff Daigle says at least 2 other raccoons in the area could be infected with rabies. This afternoon, Daigle went door to door to warn neighbors of the threat.
In the house down here, the raccoon jumped into the fenced-in area, and the dog came out of his doggy door, no control, went after the raccoon, but he was able to get it back before anything happened.
Rabid animals often appear disoriented and display odd or aggressive behavior. Authorities say if you see an animal acting strangely, keep your distance and call 911. Alrighty, folks, well, we enjoyed a very mild, nice day today, and here's hoping there's more on the way. There just might be. Let's get a first check of our forecast and find out.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather today is brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and everybody watching. What a nice day out there today. Temperatures were in the mid-40s here in town. The coast, same story. Even up north, Millinocket, all the way up to, I'd say, even all the way up to a Caribou area, Clayton Lake, Greenville, all in the 40s. There were barely any 30s all over the state today. I know we have a pretty thick snowpack up north. Today, though, some reinforcement snow has been present, especially by Greenville up north as well. But just down south here in town, look what's going on. We're fighting with that rain and snow line with those temperatures well above average and in the 40s right now, though. A couple of sprinkles have been lingering in the area. Winds aren't looking too bad. They are going to start picking up within the next day or so. Tonight, though, temperatures will continue to cool off, still well above average, hovering in those mid-30s. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much. And there is still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. An iconic Ellsworth pub has new owners. And America's future workforce is gearing up to show off their skills. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
The Seattle Sounders take on Carlos Vela and the reigning league champs, LAFC. Saturday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Great news for the city of Ellsworth. Airline Brewing Company has announced that they are taking over Finn's Irish Pub. Owners of the brewing company say that they are pleased to be carrying the torch forward to ensure the Finn's tradition. The pub will open in the same Irish spirit with hopes to regain what they called pre-COVID glory. In an announcement, it says they are hiring for all positions and the plan is to open sometime in June. Well, hundreds of students across Maine competed in Skills USA this morning to see who is the best in their respective field. Our Matthew Jurancic was there.
Early Friday morning, Mainers filed into United Technology Center in Bangor to see who will be awarded gold and compete in Skills USA nationally.
These are really our future workers and leaders and truly do make what will be America's future workforce.
Students competed in fields ranging from automotive to welding and carpentry. The top spot will move on to the national championship taking place in Atlanta in June. Bangor High School student O'Hara Dunley, who competed in the customer service field, would like to win a gold medal, but says being here is a win in itself.
It means so much to be asked to do it.
As a Maine State officer, Raquel Shaw has the opportunity to see the students hard at work and encourage them to do their best. She says seeing the students leaving everything on the floor is what makes this competition so special.
And just when you walk in, you see a smile on competitors' faces through the nerves. They're excited to be here and compete in their respective trades. They're there more than just the textbooks. They're there to have a career and to have a future.
At the end of the day, students know they gave it their all.
I'm excited for the results tonight at the Cross Insurance Center, but I don't know, hopefully. I think I did really good, though.
In Bangor, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In their first ever polar plunge, members of the Belfast Police Department raised more than $2,900 for the Special Olympics. Our Matthew Jurancic once again now with that story.
Despite the cool day, Belfast police took a dip for a good cause at the Belfast boat landing.
It's always a little bit colder this time of year, obviously. I'm told it's in the low 30s, and it's in the mid-30s outside. So, but it's good. It's for a great cause.
Coordinated by Sergeant Rick Smith, the money raised from the plunge benefited the Special Olympics in Waldo County.
This is very Belfast, right? We are a community that comes together for great causes. We have wonderful people that live here. We have wonderful city staff. We have amazing police officers. It's just about being there for when people need you, and that's what Belfast is all about.
To make the event extra special, Sergeant Smith took it upon himself to spend 5 extra minutes inside the brisk water.
For me, the 5 minutes was just to show, put yourself to be in a comfortable spot. Water's cold. But to support the Special Olympics and this cause and put yourself in that environment, it's a small price to pay to support such a good cause.
Raising over $2,900 so far in the course of a week, Smith has some ideas for the next polar plunge.
If I had my way, we would do what we call a super plunge, and that would be one dip every hour for 24 hours.
In Belfast, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And hats off to everybody who took that plunge. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we'll have the latest developments from the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And in our continuing coverage of the crisis American teenage girls are facing, we'll hear from experts on what parents and other concerned adults can do to help.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovation. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring a Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary roadside assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
You know, if you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join today for less than $5 a month. We'll waive the membership admission fee. And as a special bonus, you'll receive a free 1-year membership for 2 additional eligible family members and a $25 Visa gift card. That's a combined value of $166 for only $55 for an annual membership. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Vladimir Putin is now a wanted man. The International Criminal Court issuing an arrest warrant after finding Putin committed war crimes in Ukraine. Fox's Mike Tobin has more from Kyiv.
For Vladimir Putin, the world is about to get a lot smaller. The International Criminal Court issuing a rare arrest warrant for a head of state, charging the Russian president with war crimes related to the forced deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia. That essentially means authorities would have to arrest Putin if he traveled to countries where ICC jurisdiction is recognized, further isolating him as the war in Ukraine grinds on.
The ICC is doing its part of work. As a court of law, the judges issued arrest warrants. Their execution depends on international cooperation.
The indictment came just hours after the Chinese government announced President Xi Jinping will visit Putin on Monday. It's not clear if this news will impact that visit, which is being seen as a show of support as the Pentagon sounds the alarm about possible military aid from Beijing.
We have not seen the transfer yet of any lethal assistance from China to Russia for use on the battlefield. Is something that we're keeping a very close eye on.
Meanwhile, the West is stepping up its own military aid to Ukraine. Poland and Slovakia, 2 key NATO allies, pledging 24 MiG-29 fighter jets. That's been at the top of the Ukrainian wish list for months as they gear up for what could be a decisive offensive in the spring. And some say the U.S. could soon send its own jets into the fight.
The real punch in the eye to the Russians here is give the Ukrainians the ATACMS. Give them the F-16s. Let's get full capacity in there.
The Kremlin said Friday Russia does not recognize ICC jurisdiction, calling the charges meaningless, outrageous, and unacceptable. In Kyiv, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
The World Health Organization is urging China to release data showing a potential link between raccoon dogs and COVID's origin after the country took down the research. The WHO says the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention recently uploaded data to a public database and then took it down, making it inaccessible to the international community. Some scientists say the data suggests raccoon dogs involved in the wildlife trade in a market in Wuhan may have been infected with COVID. The WHO's director said, quote, "These data do not provide a definitive answer to how the pandemic began, but every piece of data is important to moving us closer to that answer," end quote. Debates over the origin of the coronavirus have intensified in recent weeks. FBI Director Christopher Wray recently acknowledged he believes the pandemic was likely the result of a lab accident in Wuhan, China. Well, former President Trump is fighting back in the face of mounting legal challenges against him as he works to secure the Republican nomination for president. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Former President Trump is pushing ahead with his 2024 presidential bid, even as his legal troubles also pick up speed. In one of the latest blows against him, a federal judge ordered Trump attorney Evan Corcoran to testify again before a federal grand jury looking into the former president's handling of classified documents. Before the FBI conducted this search of Mar-a-Lago last year, Corcoran had told authorities in June that Trump's team found no more classified material after going through the premises. Roughly 2 months later, the Justice Department says hundreds of more files were found at the estate. Meanwhile, another case involving alleged hush payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels is also picking up steam. The former president was invited to testify, indicating he could be facing criminal charges.
Federal prosecutors working for Trump directed Michael Cohen to make hush money payments, and then they were falsely booked on the company records.
Law enforcement officials in New York are already making security preparations should the former president be indicted. But Trump is firing back, slamming the investigation as a witch hunt and an attempt to derail his latest run for the White House.
Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them.
Democrats in the House Oversight Committee are also accusing the Trump White House of failing to report more than $250,000 worth of foreign gifts. They are vowing to investigate whether the former president broke the law or violated the Constitution. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Well, mental health professionals could have an easier time diagnosing and treating anxiety thanks to a groundbreaking new test. Fox's Matt Finn has more.
A revolutionary technique could help tackle growing mental health issues, with researchers at Indiana University School of Medicine successfully developing a new blood test for anxiety.
Trying to bring precision medicine to mental health.
The test helps doctors identify molecules in a patient's blood that can help determine their risk of developing the condition. Medical teams can also use the test to gauge the severity of a patient's current anxiety and measure if their symptoms are worsening over time.
We want to empower doctors and patients to have laboratory tests that they can use in primary care settings as part of their annual exams.
Based on the results of the blood test, researchers say mental health experts will have an easier time prescribing therapies and treatments to target the individual's specific needs.
It reduces the trial and error, the uncertainty that people go through in terms of being assessed, diagnosed, treated with the right medication.
The National Institute of Mental Health reports roughly 31% of adults experience an anxiety disorder at some point in their life. The most common is generalized anxiety, marked by a variety of symptoms, including constant worrying and overthinking, perceiving people or things as threats when they're not, and more. And this work comes as Indiana University researchers have previously developed blood tests for bipolar disorder, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Matt Finn, Fox News.
Also tonight, we take a look at what parents and concerned adults can do to help teen girls recover from a mental health crisis. Fox's Jillian Turner reports.
Oh my gosh. The American Academy of Pediatrics says when it comes to managing teen mental health, preventing problems is always better than treating them.
Making sure that we take the time to get young people into resources before it becomes a life-threatening emergency is so key.
Connecting with teens, it turns out, is the most important thing adults can do to promote their well-being, whether they have mental health issues or not.
Fostering relationships, even having one or two adults that can really believe in young people and support them can be really, really helpful.
Dr. Jeanette Neshawat says getting a moody teen to open up can seem daunting, but all it really takes is creating space for conversation, whether at the ice cream shop, on the sofa, or in a therapist's office.
The solution is that first step and opening up the lines of communication, just simply asking, how was your day? How was school? Did you learn anything new? How are you feeling today?
Dr. Delaney Rustin, whose own child struggles with mental health, says teen girls, like most people, generally have clear tells.
When a human is not feeling well, they lose their motivation to want to do things that used to give them pleasure.
Telltale signs include the following.
Look for changes in your child's behavior. Are they irritable? Are they losing weight? Maybe their sleep patterns have changed. Have their grades dropped in school?
Kelly Zuba, who's helped her suicidal daughter navigate 6 hospitalizations, agrees.
Don't accept the, I'm fine, Mom, watch their behavior. Watch that because it can happen to anyone.
The good news for teen girls and the people who love them is that they're incredibly resilient. They cannot, though, overcome mental health crises on their own without some form of help. In Washington, Jillian Turner, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Giffords in Bangor opened earlier today despite a hard winter for the company. And in sports, Brewers' Fill the Gym Night brings a varsity atmosphere to unified basketball. We'll be right back.
The NASCAR Cup Series hits the high banks of Atlanta.
Don't give up, man. Stay on it.
And Better Health 400, Sunday on Fox.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I've fought to get my clients. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
When Booth Electric and United Energy want to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Stay in your comfort zone with Booth Electric and United Energy, Maine's trusted heat pump and electrical company.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? When the forecast calls for nasty weather, all roads lead to down east. With Toyota's impressive lineup of 15 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, you're sure to find a model and payment that's right for you. Don't see it on our lot? Here's the latest update on models arriving soon. Pre-order yours now for the fastest delivery. When main roads get messy, all roads lead to down east. Your four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive headquarters on Wilson Street in Brewer.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal. Chase's Restaurant opens 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Chase's has something for everyone, but are famous for their deep-fried chicken cutlet and chicken marsala. Stop by soon. Chase's Restaurant and the Hideaway Lounge, just before the Herman Line, Route 2, Bangor. On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available. Half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
The Biden administration is trying to quell fears of a widespread banking crisis following the failure of 2 banks. The next major decision comes next week when the Federal Reserve will likely announce another interest rate hike. Fox's Caroline Shively has the latest from Washington.
President Biden headed to Capitol Hill for a St. Patrick's Day event on Friday as he called on Congress to go after executives whose mismanagement led to failing banks by imposing civil penalties, clawing back compensation, and banning them from ever working in the industry again. Congressional Democrats are also calling for action.
We must do everything we can to protect our banking system and to prevent a cascade of bank failures.
It's unlikely Republicans in Congress would agree to strenuous new regulations, but they do want answers.
We need to make sure every part of our banking system is solid. Our community banks are much more solid than what everybody's talking about.
Also on Friday, SVB Financial Group announced it had filed for bankruptcy protection. SVB is the parent company of Silicon Valley Bank, which was seized by the federal government as it collapsed, taking the government and industry by surprise.
How come they'd missed the red flags? This bank had grown over 60% in 3 years in a row. There was this enormous ballooning.
Silicon Valley is one of 4 lending institutions to face calamity over the last week here in the U.S. and in Europe.
Countries are going to have problems, so it's going to be a rough patch ahead.
All of this makes it less likely the Federal Reserve will hike interest rates, but we won't know until the Fed meets next week. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Well, switching gears now, a Grammy-winning singer makes her acting debut. A sci-fi classic is getting a sequel series and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with all of the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Please welcome to the stage, Louis Capaldi.
Capaldi gives a sneak peek. A sci-fi classic gets a reboot, and Eilish expands her resume in the Hollywood Nation.
Did you hurt someone? Yes.
Billie Eilish makes her acting debut in Donald Glover's new Amazon Prime horror series, Swarm. The streamer released a new trailer teasing the Grammy-winning singer's character ahead of the show's premiere today. It centers on a young woman whose obsession with a pop idol takes a dark turn.
We were careful, right?
Melanie Lynskey has lined up a new project. The Yellow Jackets actor will star in Peacock's limited series, The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It is based on the best-selling novel of the same name by Heather Morris, who Lynskey will play in the show. It tells the real-life story of a Jewish concentration camp prisoner given the job of tattooing prisoners with identification numbers during World War II.
How do you expect to pull this off? I don't know exactly.
Gattaca may be heading to the small screen. According to The Hollywood Reporter, a sequel series to the 1997 sci-fi classic is in the works for Showtime. It will take place a generation after the events of the original film that stars Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, and Jude Law.
I think I've never been more insecure in my life than I am now.
Today's First Looks features Scottish singer-songwriter Louis Capaldi reflecting on his rise to fame in the first trailer to his upcoming documentary, Louis Capaldi, How I'm Feeling Now. It premieres on Netflix April 5th. His highly anticipated album is due out May 19th.
If you were wondering how I'm feeling now.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Taylor Swift releases 4 new songs ahead of her national tour kickoff in Arizona. The singer took center stage tonight in Glendale, which was temporarily renamed Swift City in her honor. It's the first stop on Swift's Eras tour, billed as a journey through her musical career. The Grammy-winning singer also dropped 4 new songs today, including a Taylor's version of Eyes Open, Safe and Sound, If This Was a Movie, and previously unreleased All the Girls You Loved Before. This will be Swift's first tour in 5 years. Certainly a very highly anticipated event there. Alrighty, well, our full 5-day is coming right up. Stay with us.
And another pretty nice day out there. Pretty chilly start to the morning, but look what happened. Mid-40s outside once again. Will it continue to stay warm, or is colder weather rolling on in? I'll have all the answers coming up.
The housing market is a constant race these days, and in 2022, make sure you are the first to the closing table and get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience today.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. Get 3.9% financing plus. Current Chevy owners get $2,500 cash allowance on this Silverado. Or qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $399 a month.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Don't spin out or crash while trying to buy your new home this year. Contact the Next Homie today. Get looped and get sold, and let Next Home Experience get you to the finish line.
Wait for it, wait for it. Wow! Oh, my!
Congratulations, you are the champion.
Let the celebration begin.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and happy Friday. The weekend has finally arrived. Saturday is around the corner. Our main weather today is brought to you by Varney Ford. Varney Ford in Newport gives one full year maintenance on every new and used vehicle they sell. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks. The nice car and truck people. Visibilities are on our side. Pretty much nothing going on weather-wise all across the state, but we do have actually a little bit of precipitation in the region. This is all light. Couple of flurries up north, couple of sprinkles here in our area. So that's why visibilities are not much reduced, as most of this, pretty much all of this, is more on the lighter end. The heavier snow is closer to Quebec, north of town as well, but all rain in the northeast as warmer temperatures have made their way all over. Even upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire has some rain falling right now, not snow at the moment. For us, though, like I said, lighter precipitation will be moving on out of here very, very shortly. By tomorrow morning, we'll be in the clear, maybe a couple of sprinkles still left over and some flurries to the north. In general, though, we'll continue to cool off within the next 12 to 24 hours, and then we're going to be in the clear later in the day. Sunday, maybe we'll see a couple of flurries, but not looking at any accumulations with those temperatures back above freezing. So how much rain are we still going to get? Maybe a trace, maybe 0.03. That's pretty much nothing compared to what we could get with some of these low pressure systems. So now things are winding down. Maybe just in the eastern part of the state, we're going to look at a little bit more rain. But overall, though, most of this is starting to wind down and finally moving out of the area. Winds are starting to die down as well. We only have a 9-mile sustained wind here in town. Bar Harbor, 9 miles an hour. Rockland, 8. Waterville, though, only a 3-mile-an-hour light breeze. So pretty much things are calm across the state. Maybe some stronger winds up north closer to Caribou. We do have some watches, though. Gale watches out till around 6 a.m. on Monday and some small craft advisories till the morning hours on Saturday. So those will be expiring very, very shortly. Talk about a little bit about these temperatures. Warmer air making its way up the eastern seaboard. Look at this cold front, though, right about here, right into Ohio and beginning of Pennsylvania. That's where that cold front is right now. It's going to continue to push east, and we're all going to get in on some colder weather, kind of like the upper Midwest right now. Our average high should be around 40 degrees this time of year. Tomorrow, 47. Then we cool down on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday, we're looking at near average, maybe slightly even above average temperatures rolling on in. Tonight, though, temperatures will be hovering at around 35 degrees. Some sprinkles early. Dense fog will be an issue tomorrow. A wonderful day. Morning clouds, morning fog, and then decreasing cloud cover with temperatures in the mid to even upper 40s. More melting of the snow will be happening. Our extended forecast outlook does show Sunday bringing some cooler temperatures. Look what happens on Monday, our first official day of spring. Lots of sunshine, temperatures around 40 degrees. And Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll see lots of sunshine. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much. All right, well, there is more to come. Stay with us.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1291 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Nice.
Sweet.
Go big or go home.
What'd you say?
What's up?
Right now, you could save up to $1,100 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Brewer Unified Basketball hosted Bangor on Wednesday for their Fill the Gym event. Both Ram and Witch countries answered the call and brought a varsity atmosphere with them. Ryan Sudol has the story.
It was great for people to come in, taking time out of their day and having fun.
Brewer High School has had packed crowds for many a basketball game this year. On Wednesday, they added another to their list. A unified game against Bangor.
Did you like playing in front of all those people?
Yes, it was fun.
But unlike the rowdy, more hostile crowds at other games in this crosstown rivalry, this day featured no ill will to anyone.
On the court, we're opponents, but off the court, we're all one team together, especially with Unified.
Bangor and Brewer are great rivals, but when we can come to these unified games and just cheer each other on, it's just really great sportsmanship. That's right.
I thought they wanted to cheer for Brewer, for their own team, but felt good.
And how can you not feel good? I mean, they have dance parties at halftime.
The dance party was super fun, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, mine too.
It's a good sport to do. You get out of the house, you get something to do. It just gets you motivated, you get to hang out with your friends.
And those friendships are the backbone of Unified and will certainly go beyond the school walls.
So I've definitely made so many friendships through Unified that I wouldn't have made otherwise, and it's just really cool that as a community, we can all kind of have those relationships.
First it was hard, and then I got used to it, and I hope we can stay friends forever.
And if there's anything that this fun-filled day showed, from the action on the court to the fans to the overall kindness in the air, without Unified, something is just missing.
Unified is essential to the school community at any school, and I think so much can be learned from it, so much about inclusivity and everything like that.
In Brewer, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Awesome stuff right there. Let's go to the Diamond now. Maine baseball in action this afternoon, kicking off conference play against UMBC. And this one was a pitcher's duel. Bottom four, here is Colin Fitzgerald. He's going to get the cleanup man Leewood Molessa down swinging on strikes. And then to the fifth inning we go. It's going to be Justin Taylor at the dish. Hey, Thanks for coming. Fitzgerald, 7 strikeouts and 1 hit through 7 innings. Still tied in the 9th. Here's Quinn McDaniel. Big swing and the big fly. This one gets over the wall in right center. That's going to bring home 2 with Jake Reynes on first. Maine takes the first lead of the game. It's a late one, 2-0. Bottom 9 now. Justin Bayens into pitch. 2 down, full count. Melissa hammers this ball. That one is going to leave the yard, so we're getting closer. That makes it 2-1 now, but Bayens would hang tough. He gets the next batter, Matt Ryan, flies out to right field, and Maine would hang on in a close one. They win it 2-1, their second in a row. Let's check out some other scores from around the area. Husson softball in action in a doubleheader. They dropped both games to Christopher Newport University, 4-0 in the first, 8-0 in the second. CNU, the number 2 team in the country right now, though, so some tough competition there. And Maine softball also in action in a doubleheader, and they will come out of that one 2-0. They beat Dartmouth College 8-5 in Game 1, and then took on St. Mary's College in Game 2, and they win that one 5-1. All right, let's move on now. Another update for the New England Patriots. After trading away Jonnu Smith at the start of the week, they brought in a replacement tight end, and once again grabbing from in division. For the second straight year, the Pats pick up a former Miami Dolphin, this time bringing in the tight end Mike Gesicki, known for his pass-catching abilities and hitting the gritty right there. Gesicki, a Penn State grad, and he was actually recruited to the Nittany Lions by Pats offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien, when O'Brien was the head coach there. At 6'6", he is a tough cover, and that showed. Over 5 seasons in Miami, Gesicki has 231 catches, over 2,600 yards, 18 touchdowns. Should be a great fit for the Pats. All right, and let's get to this now. History was made in the NCAA tournament this evening. For the second time ever, a 16 seed has beaten a 1 seed. Sorry to everyone's brackets, especially those who had Purdue. Ryan Sudol had them in the Final Four. Fairleigh Dickinson University, a private school from New Jersey with just 11,000 students, has beaten the top-seeded Purdue, the Boilermakers, the Big Ten champs. They featured 7-foot phenom Zach Edey. Fairleigh Dickinson actually the smallest team based on average height in Division I. Purdue shot 5 of 26 from three-point range, and the Knights forced 16 turnovers to get the job done. They went into the game as 14-1 underdogs. And again, for just the second time in history, the 1 seed has lost in the round of 64. Pretty crazy stuff right there. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Triple S Tax Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel. Come stop by for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
And they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down. They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
4 planes were hijacked on 9/11, but were there more?
Flight 23 was the 5th plane.
TMZ investigates 9/11, the 5th plane, Monday on Fox.
The city of Bangor partnered with Food and Medicine's Transportation for All unit to show gratitude to the driving force behind the city in light of Transit Drivers Appreciation Day. The annual event celebrates the vital service that public transportation providers offer to members of the community. Food and Medicine is a local organization that aims to empower the local workforce. The group collaborated with local businesses to offer free lunches to drivers Friday at the newly developed Bangor Transit Center. Community leaders thanked public drivers for their service throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, stepping up despite continued staffing shortages in an effort to help those in need of transportation. Community Connector drivers are invited to Chimera Coffee from March 20th to 24th to grab a free coffee during the upcoming work week. So a nice little perk there, and thank you for all you do. Well, if you were around Outer Broadway at around noon today, you saw that the Giffords ice cream stand, yay, is now open for business. I'm so happy about this. Ice cream lovers of all ages came out today to get a scoop or two of Giffords' famous ice cream. The ice cream company that is based in Skowhegan has been recovering from a fire at the plant back in February. They have since partnered with a company in Florida to help manufacture their ice cream until they can get things rebuilt here at home. With the nice mild weather, it's certainly made for a great day to get out and have a little ice cream. Of course, I'm not sure there's ever really a bad day to get out and have a little ice cream, but today, certainly ideal conditions. Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.